Greetings to you.
Good afternoon, sir. How may I help you?
I'm actually looking for a man, whom I believe passes this road every day. But then, I'm happy to meet you. My name is Charlie. What is your name?
My name is Dan. Why are you looking for the man and how does he look like?
I'm not sure I know how he looks like. First, would you tell me what you are doing here?
This is my home.
May I ask you, for how long have you lived here in the forest?
I came here when I was a small boy around 10 years. Now, I have lost count of the years, but it's over 20 years.
What happened to your home?
My loving mother passed on while I was still young. I think I was around 7 years. I was an only child of my mother. Life was okay with my father and grandparents at the village. Trouble started when my father remarried. My new mother came with her son, whom we were almost age mates. The boy did not like me. As much as I tried to befriend him, things never seemed to work out between us. To add salt to injury, he was always getting in trouble with other boys. And every time he got a beating from those boys out there, he will pick a fight with me. Him being a bit older, he was stronger, hence he always beat me up and hurt me a lot of times. Then, he would run to our parents and say I started the fight. With the bruises from the boys he fought with, he always seemed like the one who needed sympathy. Most of the time, I ended up getting another beating from them. I tried to make my parents and grandparents understand that I was not the troublemaker. But nobody ever seemed to believe me. Feeling helpless and with no hope of things getting better, I started to think of how I can save myself. One day, after much deliberation, I ran away from home. At first, I stayed in the streets. But the street cops used to pick me up and lock me in the police cell.
Sounds like trouble was following you everywhere.
That's very true. One time while in the police cell after being picked from the street as a street urchin, I overheard them discussing how they would take me to a children's home. With the experience I was running away from, I never wanted to stay in another home. That's when I decided that, if they let me go this time, I will never give them an opportunity to lock me up again. And that is how I ended up in this forest. I have always ensured to keep away from people's scrutiny, in case they report me to the police. So, most of the day I spent deep inside the forest.
Could you be my long-lost brother?
What do you mean?
Exactly that.
Do you mean what you are saying?
Yes, please. I think you are the man I have been thinking and looking for since I came to the city. If you are the one, I will be very happy.
How can that be?
I have been praying and fasting, asking God to connect you with me so that I can apologize for the evil I committed to you while we were still children. I think I finally found you, bro. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I know I wronged you so many times. I made you run away from home. I made you live in this forest like an animal. How can I apologize for you to believe and have mercy on me?
If forgiveness was a man, he would definitely give you a fist blow. But since I have already forgiven you, I am at peace.
Matthew 18:21-22. Then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Up to 7 times. Jesus said to him, I do not say to you, up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7.
I am so excited and thankful to God. Seeing you alive and healthy is a testimony of God's grace. Please take some food before we travel.
Being in the forest taught me that God is the wonderful shepherd. Trees would sprout, and within a few years, with no man's care, they were towering above the animals there. They never lacked food. I could go on. What I have learned is to be thankful, no matter the situation. That way, I always had joy in my heart. And I always felt protected, not even a snake bite for all those years. I can only thank God. That is why I forgave you long time ago. If God has always taken care of me, how can I not forgive?
Thank you, brother. May God help me make up to you for the lost years you spent in the forest.
It is well, brother.